Hello everyone, welcome to the first lesson in the series of Excel lessons I'm about to give. Today's going to be a brief session on just simple formatting in Excel. Now I'm using 2010. It's basically the same as 2007 if you have that. If you have 2003, most of the same commands are there, they're just in a few different places. Now, as you can see, this is just a file with a bunch of data that I've prepared. No real formatting, no formulas, nothing set up, just some text and numbers. So the first thing that I like to do is to always make sure that the numbers are formatted. As you can see, some here have commas, some are just numbers. So what we're going to want to do is go from F2, do Shift, highlight all the way over to column CM, and then just page down until you get to the end of the data. And in the number section here on the Home tab, you'll see a comma. You can just click that comma, and that will give everything a comma and 2 decimal points. Now, we don't really want decimal points for this, so you see here there's 2 buttons with arrows. We want the decrease decimal. So we'll get rid of that, and now you have simple numbers with commas separating the thousands. The next thing I like to do is to make sure that we have all the text actually showing in a specific column. Here you can see in column B, Green Bay gets cut off. In column C, Colts, Ravens get cut off, and so forth. So what you can do, there's several ways of doing this. If you just want to make one column fill all the data, you can double click between B and C, and this will make column B show everything that's in that column. So now you can see it's formatted it, and it's to the extent of the longest word in that column. Other ways you can do this is I'll drag it back and say we want to do multiple columns. So we'll do columns B and C. Now say you want it to be, right now the width is 8.43. Say you want it to be 9. You can simply drag it. We'll make it 10. And you can see it made both columns a width of 10. And you can do that for as many columns as you would like. However, in this case, we have several very long names. So what we're going to want to do is highlight B through E and double click. Another situation here is you have E that's very, very long, and you may not want that. So in this situation, let's say you want it to be the same length or a similar length as column D. So let's say we want this to be 40. Now this is still over by too much. What we can do is highlight this, and there's wrap text here, and this will wrap everything into a specific cell while maintaining the same width as you had previously had. Another thing that I like to do is to make sure that all my column headers are the same. So here we have league, it's bold 10. So we're going to make it a bold 11. Now it looks different than everything else, but if we want it the same, we use Format Painter on league and just highlight everything over. And there you go. We'll want to just double click between B and C because this gets a little larger once you've done that. The final thing that I want to do in this tutorial is to do freeze panes. And what freeze panes does is it locks certain rows or columns into place. So if you scroll over, here you can see you lose the team names. If you scroll down, you lose the column headers. So there's two ways you can do that. First, if you highlight all of row 2 and you go to View and Freeze Panes here, click on that and you'll get Freeze Panes. This will freeze only the top column. So as you scroll down, you see that you have the column headers still there. Scroll over and it's all like that. So this way, if you're showing this to someone or if it's just beneficial for you, you'll be able to always know what column you're actually working in, and that'll make it much easier. Another thing you can do, if you unfreeze the panes, say you'd like to keep both a team location and the column headers. So what we can do, if we go into column C, cell C2, if we go freeze panes there, now you see if we go down, it still keeps the column headers there, but if we go over, it also keeps the league and team location. So if I scroll down, scroll over, it's always going to be there. And that's very helpful if you want to keep something more easily readable, more easily usable, just much more user-friendly. And that'll conclude today's lesson. I'll post a description in this video with a link to this file and also links to view more information on Excel on usepaper.com. Thank you very much.